And we're now up to Yud Zayin Amud Beis. Let's begin with the Mishnah on the last line of Yud Zayin Amud Aleph. Eino kosev lo al haluach velo al haniyar. He does not write Megillah Sotah because Megillah Sotah is called a sefer, and that requires parchment. So he can't write it on a piece of wood or on, they used to make paper out of grass. Velo al hadiftara, and these are kinds of hides that are not well tanned, because the derech ibud aklaf is first they were ma'abdin oso b'melech. First they took the hide and they salted it. Chakach b'kemach, then they added flour. V'achach b'afotzim b'diftara hainu she'ubad b'kemach u'b'melech v'lo ubad b'afotzim. So it's not a klaf. Ella ala Megillah. Megillah means a klaf, a parchment that was ma'ubad called sarko. Shenemar v'kosav bas sefer, and sefer means klaf. Now Tosfos has a kasha here because with regard to ksivas haget, where it also says v'kosav, yet that's a ribui for anything. You could write a get even on an ola shel zayis. And the word sefer only excludes a davar sheyesh bo ruach chayim. You can't write a get on a live animal. So why does Megillah have to be written on a klaf? Right? Elal Megillah meaning a klaf. Well, what about the word bas sefer in get? Okay, so that's Tosfos Kasha, and he has a klal kfar and klal. Veina kosev lo b'kum. Now he has a whole list of different kinds of inks that cannot be erased. They penetrate into the parchment in such a way that even when you add them to the liquid concoction, it doesn't create a mechika. Lo b'kumus, which is a sraf elon. V'lo b'kankantum, which is a teva shachar, also migafris. Lo b'chol dover sheroshem, anything that has a roshem nikar shenivla b'klaf, v'eino yochel limochek b'mayim, ella bidyo, only with ink, shenemar umachas me'amorim, that ksav sheyochel limchos. Omar Rav, Megillah Sotah sheksava b'layla psula. It's a very shocking kind of halacha here that writing the Megillah Sotah has the status of mishpat, and mishpat has to be b'yom and not b'layla. So if he wrote the Megillah Sotah at night, it's possible. My timer, Asya, we have Gzeir Shabbat, Torah. Siv Hachin Sotah, it says, V'yasala HaKohen is called Torah Zos. Uksiv Hasam in the Parsha of Zoki Mamre, in Dvarim, Perek Yud Zayin, it says, Al Pi Torah, again the word Torah, HaTorah, Asher Yeruchav Al HaMishpat. And the Torah defines the machlokes between the Zoki Mamre regarding a hora of Mishpat, Ma Mishpat Bayom, Af Megillah Sotah Bayom. Okay, so now the Gemara is going to go through, I believe it's 6 different dinim, if I'm not mistaken, that are derived from the pasuk, the asala, the pasuk of the kasav basefer. Kasav mafreya psula. If he changes the sequence of the words of the Megillah as they're written in the Torah, psula. Dichsiv v'kasav es ha'olos ha'ela. And the pasuk says v'kosav and ha'ela. And ha'ela means ki dichsiva, in the same way it's written in the Torah. Sava kodem shetekabel oleh shvua psula. Again, we go back to the parsha, and in the parsha it says vishbia, and then v'achakach v'kosav. So the shvua has to come first, and the ksiva second. Sava igeres, he didn't write it with sirtut, Rashi says. Right, next to the last line in Rashi, below sirtut, psula. And why? Why does he need to underline every single line in the klaf? Is Basefer Omer Achmana. Rashi says, Basefer Omer Achmana v'alocha l'Moshe misinai shasfarim tzrichim sirtut. That there's a general halacha in Ksiva Sfarim, meaning Sifrei Kodesh, of sirtut, which is derived from halacha l'Moshe misinai. Tosfos is not happy with Rashi because why do we need halacha l'Moshe misinai in a comparison to Ksivas Hisvei HaKodesh? He says you're not allowed to write a pasuk without sirtut. And this is based on a Gemara in Gittin. This is Tosfos Dibra Maschil Kosva, or Ksava, I should say. My area mishum denikray sefer technically the lavach he also lichtov shum pasuk below sirtut the amrina beperkama the Gittin Omer Rav Yosef man lemalon to Rav Avyasar bar Samchahu Yoda iu de sholachle etc etc. Rabbi Yitzchak Shtayim Kosvim. You're allowed to write two words without sirtut, but shalosh, but 3 words you can't write without sirtut. And in a shtar chalitza, you have to write it with sirtut. The lo motzi l'michtav shalosh tevos ritzufim below sirtut. And then towards the middle of this Tosfos, Omer Rabbeinu Ta Pirush Chodei Amrit Shalosh Ein Kosvin Hainu Im Lo Sirtei Klal V'Sirtei B'Daled Peos HaElyona HaGilyonim Afal Pish Lo Sirtei Pein Shita L'Shita Choshev Sirtut. So Rabbeinu Tam sort of saves the day for Rashi because he's saying without this Haloch L'Moshe Sinai, if we only had the universal Haloch of Sirtut, you wouldn't have to make a sirtut underneath each line. The purpose of the sirtut is to make sure that everything is clear. So if you do a sirtut, for example, under the first line, it might be enough, or if you only write it on the side, on the margins. But here, every single line in the Megillah Sotah is going to require sirtut based on the Halacha L'Moshe Sinai.